Madrasan Innovation Wala, and I am a student of Rehan School Lahore campus level 1 student batch 4, and I am belong from Lahore, Pakistan. So this is my short introduction. So hello Miles and hello everyone.
Walaikum assalam. Great to have you and the crew back. I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay,
What's the special topic?
so yes. First, today my special topic is technology driving innovation. How tech is transforming the future.
Technology driving innovation, huh? That sounds like the big picture stuff. We're talking about the tools that are actually changing how we live and work. I'm locked in. Where do you want to start?
Okay. So first of all, we'll start with some basic questions. So my first question is, what is technology-driven innovation?
Basically, it's when new tech like AI, robotics, or cloud computing doesn't just make things a bit faster, but actually changes the game entirely. It's the shift from just using a tool to creating a whole new way of doing things. Like, we didn't just get faster horses, we got the car. That's tech driving innovation. Does that make sense, or you want me to give you a real world example?
Yes, makes sense. Very good.
Glad it's clicking. What's the next question on the list? I'm ready. Hit me with it.
Okay. So
I'm all ears.
wha- next question is, why technology why technology important for innovation? Why technology important for innovation?
It's basically the engine that makes the big ideas actually possible. Without tech, a lot of the things we dream up just stay as sketches on a napkin. Technology gives us the tools to prototype, test, and scale those ideas way faster than we ever could before. It's the difference between guessing if something works and actually having the data to prove it. You feeling that, or you want to know how tech specifically helps a small startup compete with a huge company?
Okay.
So, if you're a small startup, tech is basically your superpower. You don't need a massive building or 1,000 employees to make a dent. With the right cloud tools or AI, a tiny team can do the work that used to take a whole corporation. It levels the playing field, meaning the best idea wins, not just the one with the biggest bank account. Ready to move on? Or you got another question for the crew?
I have another question. So my next
I'm
question
locked.
is, yes, next question. How does how does technology enable innovation? How does technology enable innovation?
Think of technology as the bridge between a wild idea and a real product. It enables innovation by giving us the means to build, test, and pivot instantly. Instead of spending years building one version of something, we can use digital tools to create a prototype in a weekend, get feedback, and fix it on the fly. It basically takes the guesswork out of the equation and lets us fail fast so we can succeed sooner. Does that click, or you want to know about the specific tools that make this happen?
Yes, let's click.
Glad it's clicking. What's the next move on your list?
Okay, so my next question is, what is digital innovation? What is digital innovation?
Digital innovation is basically when you take the digital world, think AI, the cloud, mobile apps, and use it to completely rethink how something works. It's not just about moving a paper form to a PDF, it's about creating a totally new experience. Like how Uber didn't just digitize a taxi dispatch, they reimagined the whole way we get a ride. Does that make sense? Or you want to know the difference between just digitizing and actually innovating?
Okay, excellent.
Appreciate that. What's that next question you got for the audience?
Okay, I have a next question is, what are key benefits of technology?
Benefits are basically everywhere. First is efficiency, doing things way faster and with way fewer mistakes. And you've got accessibility, where a kid with a phone in Lahore can access the same info as someone in Silicon Valley. And honestly, the biggest one is scalability. Tech lets you reach a million people just as easily as you reach 10. Does that hit the mark? Or you want to know which of these is the biggest game changer for a student starting a business?
Yes, it's it.
Glad we're on the same page. What's next on the agenda?
Okay, so my next question is, hmm, What, what is tech transformation? What is tech transformation?
Tech transformation is basically when a company stops just using tech as a tool and starts making it the core of everything they do. It's not like just getting new laptops for the staff, it's a total rethink of the business model. Imagine a traditional bookstore that doesn't just start selling books online, but turns into a data driven platform that recommends exactly what you want to read before you even know you want it. It's a full on evolution. Does that click, or you want to know why so many companies actually fail when they try to do this?
Yes, it's click.
Most companies fail because they treat it like an IT project instead of a people project. They buy all the expensive software but forget to train the team or change the actual culture. If the people are still thinking in the old way, it doesn't matter how fancy the tools are, they're just doing the same old slow processes, only now they're doing them on a faster computer. You ready to move on, or you want to dive into how to actually avoid that trap?
No, no. I have a next question. So next question is how users technology for innovation.
It's basically about finding the gap between what is and what could be. Users leverage tech by using it to solve actual pain points. They don't just use a tool because it's cool, they use it to remove a hurdle. For example, someone might use AI not just to chat, but to automate a boring part of their workflow so they can focus on the creative side. It's all about using the tech to unlock a new way of providing value. Does that make sense, or you want me to explain how a user can spot those opportunities for innovation?
Yes, makes sense.
Glad it's clicking. What's the next move on your list?
Okay, so my next question is um, hmm, what industries really own technology? What industries really own technology?
I mean, basically every industry now, but some are getting flipped on their head. Well, tech is obviously the king here, but look at healthcare with AI driven surgery and diagnostics, or finance with fintech changing how we even think about money. Even farming is getting a high tech makeover with smart sensors and drones. Want to know which one is seeing the wildest changes right now, or you got another question?
Yes, I have an other question. So my next question is what is modern innovation? What is modern innovation?
The modern innovation is basically a shift from just making a better product to creating a whole new experience. It's not just about the next big thing, but about using a mix of AI, big data, and connectivity to solve problems in ways that were literally impossible 10 years ago. It's faster, it's more user focused, and it's all about agility. Does that click? Or you want to know why speed is the most important part of modern innovation?
Yes, that's clear. So my next question is mm, what are key technologies driving innovation?
You got a few big ones leading the charge. First is AI and machine learning. That's the brain that's automating everything. Then you've got cloud computing, which gives everyone the power to scale instantly. IoT, or the Internet of Things, is connecting the physical world to the digital one. And then there's blockchain for secure, transparent data. It's basically a toolkit that, when combined, lets you build things we used to only see in sci fi. Does that cover the main ones, or you want me to dive into which one is the most disruptive for?
Yes, that's click.
Right on. In 2026, AI is still the heavy hitter. It's moved past just generating text or images and is now acting as an autonomous agent, basically. AI that can actually execute tasks, not just talk about them. It's disruptive because it changes the roles of humans from being the ones doing the work to being the ones managing the AI that does the work. That's a total shift in how we think about productivity. You ready for the next
Okay.
question, or do you want to know how this actually looks in a real business?
No, no. I have a next question. Next question is what is artificial intelligence?
AI is basically when we teach machines to mimic human intelligence. It's not just about a program following a strict set of rules, but about a system that can learn from data, recognize patterns, and make decisions. Think of it as building a brain for a computer so it can handle things like language, visual perception, and problem solving. Does that click, or you want to know the difference between AI that can do one specific thing and the kind that could potentially do anything a human can?
Yes, it's
So you've got narrow AI, which is what we have right now. It's basically a specialist, like a system that's incredible at playing chess or recognizing a face, but it can't tell you how to make a sandwich. Then you've got AGI, or artificial general intelligence. That's the holy grail, an AI that can learn, reason, and apply its knowledge to any task, just like a human can. One is a tool, the other is more like a digital peer. You follow me, or you got another question on the list?
I have another question and very good understanding of your answers. So my next question is, what is machine learning? What is machine learning?
Machine learning. Basically, the engine that powers most of the AI we see today. Instead of a human writing every single rule for the computer to follow, you give it massive amounts of data and let it figure out the patterns on its own. It's like teaching a kid to recognize a dog by showing them 1,000 pictures of dogs instead of explaining the biological definition of a canine. Once it sees enough examples, it just gets it. Does that click, or you want to know how it actually learns from its mistakes?
Yes, sir. Click.
It's all about the feedback loop. When it makes a mistake, the system calculates how far off it was from the correct answer and then adjusts its internal settings to get closer next time. It's essentially trial and error on a massive scale, just happening in milliseconds. You ready for the next one, or you want to know about the different ways it can learn?
Yes, ready for next question. Next question is, what is blockchain? Blockchain.
Blockchain is basically a digital ledger that nobody can mess with. Imagine a shared notebook where everyone has a copy, and once something is written in it, it's carved in stone. You can't erase it or change it without everyone noticing. It's a way to prove something happened or that someone owns something without needing a middleman, like a bank, to vouch for it. Does that click, or you want to know why it's about way more than just Bitcoin?
Yes, sir. Click.
It's basically a new way of handling trust. Most people just hear blockchain and think of crypto, but the real magic is in the transparency. It can be used for everything from tracking a piece of clothing from the farm to the store to making sure voting in an election is actually fair. It's about creating a system where the data is the truth and you don't have to trust a single person or company to keep it honest. You following, or you want to move on to the next question?
Okay, so we'll move on our next question. Next question is, what is Internet of Things? What is Internet of Things? Lot. Think a lot.
I'm guessing you mean the Internet of Things, or IoT. Think of it as the physical world finally getting a digital nervous system. Well, it's when everyday objects like your fridge, your watch, or even streetlights are connected to the internet so they can talk to each other and share data. Basically, it turns dumb objects into smart ones. Does that click, or you want to know how it's actually changing the way cities work?
Yes, sir. Click.
It's basically turning a city into one big living organism. Imagine sensors in the pavement that tell traffic lights exactly when to change to stop a jam before it even starts, or trash cans that alert the city when they're full so trucks don't waste fuel driving to empty bins. It's all about the city reacting to what's actually happening in real time instead of just following a schedule. You feeling that, or you got another question on the list?
I have another question. So next question is, hmm,
I'm all ears.
What is cloud? This is a very difficult
The
question for
cloud
you. Yes, yes. I have a next question. Next question is, what is robotics?
robotics is basically the intersection of computer science and mechanical engineering. It's about building machines that can perform tasks on their own, either through a preset script or by using sensors to react to the world around them. It's the difference between a tool you have to hold and a tool that can think for itself. Does that click, or you want to know the difference between a simple industrial robot and the kind of humanoid robots we're starting to see now?
Yes, search click.
An industrial robot is basically a specialist. Think of a giant arm in a car factory that does one thing, like welding, over and over with perfect precision. Humanoids, though, are designed to move and interact in a world made for humans. They've got the balance, the dexterity, and the sensors to handle a bunch of different tasks in one space. One is a high speed tool, the other is more like a versatile assistant. You ready for the next question, or you want to know how they're actually starting to work together?
Yes, ready for next one. So next question is, what is big data? What is big data?
Big data is basically what happens when you have so much information that a regular computer can't even handle it. It's not just about the amount of data, but the speed it comes in and the variety of it. Think of it like trying to drink from a fire hose. You've got all this raw info, but you need special tools to find the patterns and the actual meaning buried in there. Does that make sense? Or you want to know how a company like actually uses that mountain of data to predict what you're going to buy before you even know you do?
Yes, it's clear.
Glad it's clear. What's the next one on your list?
Okay, so we will move on our next question. Um, how technology supports innovation. How technology supports.
Technology is basically the accelerator. It takes an idea from maybe this could work to here's the proof way faster. It gives you the tools to prototype a product in a few hours instead of a few months, and the data to know if you're actually solving a real problem or just guessing. Basically, it removes a bunch of the guesswork and lets you fail fast and fix things even faster. Does that click, or you want to know the specific ways it helps you scale an idea once you've actually found something that works?
Okay, so we will move on our next question. Next question is my what is role of software?
Software is basically the brain of the operation. It's the set of instructions that tells the hardware what to do and how to do it. Without software, a computer is just a fancy brick of metal and plastic. It's what allows us to turn a raw idea into a functional tool, whether that's a simple app on your phone or the complex systems that run a spacecraft. Does that make sense? Or you want to know how software is changing the way we build physical products now?
Okay,
You're on a roll today. Ready for the next one? Or are we starting to wrap this up?
okay. So my next question is my what is role of hardware? What is role of hardware?
Hardware is the muscle, it's the physical stuff you can actually touch, the chips, the screens, the sensors, the actual metal and plastic. If software is the brain telling the system what to do, hardware is the part that actually does the work. Without it, all that smart software just has nowhere to live and no way to interact with the real world. Does that click, or you want to know how the two of them have to be perfectly in sync for things like AI to actually work?
Yes, it's clear.
Think of it as a high speed conversation between the two. If the hardware isn't fast enough to process the data, the smartest software in the world is just lagging. For AI, you need specific hardware like GPUs that can handle thousands of tiny calculations at once. It's like having a world class chef, but a stove that only heats up one burner. You've got the skill, but you can't actually execute the meal. You following, or you got another one on the list?
Okay, I have another question. So my next question is what is role of internet?
The internet is basically the nervous system for everything we talked about. It's what connects the brain, the muscle, and the data, allowing them to talk to each other instantly across the world. Without it, your AI would be trapped in one box and your IoT devices would just be expensive paperweights. It's essentially the bridge that turns individual tools into a global network. Does that click? Or you want to know how it's changing the way we actually collaborate on ideas?
Yes, it's click and very good understanding of your answers with explanation.
I appreciate that. You're absolutely crushing this list. Do you
Okay,
think we've hit the end of the deck, or are there a few more waiting for us?
I have a few more questions. So my next question is what is role of mobile technology?
Mobile tech is basically the remote control for your entire life. It's what took all that heavy power, the cloud, the big data, the AI, and shrunk it down into something that fits in your pocket. Now you can run a business, manage a team, or build a prototype from a coffee shop instead of being chained to a desk. It's essentially the bridge that puts all this innovation directly into the hands of the people who actually need it. Does that click, or you want to know how mobile tech is actually changing the way people interact with products now?
Yes, sir, click.
It's essentially shifted from going online to always being online. People don't just use a product and then check their phone later. The phone is how they discover the product, use it, and give feedback all in one go. It's made the loop we talked about way faster. You feeling that, or you got another one on the list?
I have another question.
I'm
Mm.
locked in. What have you got for me?
Okay, so next
Take
question.
your time.
Yes, next question is what is role of AI tools? What is role of AI tools?
AI tools are basically like a force multiplier for your brain. They take the tedious, repetitive stuff like sorting through a mountain of data or drafting a basic outline and handle it in seconds, which frees you up to do the actual thinking and creative problem solving. Instead of spending 5 hours on a task, you spend 5 minutes and then use the other 4 hours and 55 minutes to actually innovate. Does that click, or you want to know how they're actually changing the way we brainstorm ideas now?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
It's basically like having a brainstorming partner who's read every book in the library. Instead of just staring at a blank page, you can throw a rough idea at an AI tool and ask it to give you 10 different angles on it, or find the gaps in your logic. It turns brainstorming from a lonely process into a high speed dialogue where you can test and refine ideas before you even tell another human about them. You feeling that, or you got another one on the list?
You can explain it in deeply.
Let's dive deeper then. Think of it as moving from a static search to a dynamic collaboration. In the old way, you'd search for best way to start a business and get a list of articles. With AI tools, you're not just searching, you're simulating. You can tell an AI, here's my idea for a clothing brand in Lahore. Here's my budget, and here's who I think my customer is. Now act as a skeptical investor and tear my plan apart. Like that's the real power. It's not just giving you answers, it's challenging your assumptions and forcing you to sharpen your thinking in a way that a Google search never could. It's essentially a gym for your ideas. You want to know how to actually structure those prompts to get the most out of the AI, or you're good.
Okay,
I'll leave that for now then. What's the next move? You got more questions in the tank, or is this where we wrap it up? I'm all ears. If you got another one, hit me with it.
okay, I have another question. And yes, next question is what is role of analytics?
Analytics is basically your GPS for the whole process. It's the part where you stop guessing and start knowing. Instead of just hoping your product is a hit, you use analytics to track exactly how people are using it, where they're getting stuck, and what they actually love. It's essentially turning raw behavior into a roadmap for what to fix and what to double down on. Does that click? Or you want to know how a company can actually use analytics to spot a trend before the competition even sees it coming?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
It's all about spotting the outliers.
Okay.
When a company sees a tiny group of people using their product in a way they never intended, that's usually where the gold is buried. Analytics let you see that weird pattern early on. So instead of ignoring it, you can lean into it and build a whole new feature around it before anyone else even realizes there's a demand. You feeling that? Or you got another one on the list?
I have another question. So I have a last two questions. Next question is what is role of platforms?
Platforms are basically the stage where everything happens. They're more than just websites or apps, they're entire ecosystems that let other people build their own value on top of your foundation. Think of something like Shopify or the App Store. They don't just sell a product, they provide the tools and the audience for thousands of other businesses to exist. Basically turns a single product into a whole economy. Does that click? Or
Yes, sir, it's
you want to
clear.
know how a company transit? Glad it's clear. Since you said you only had two left, this must be the final one. What have you got?
Oh, yes, I have a
I'm
final
locked in.
question. Yes, next question is how technology improves idea generation.
It basically removes the walls from your brainstorming session. In the old days, you were limited to the people in the room and whatever you could find in a book. Now you've got a global library of data, AI that can suggest wild alternatives, and the ability to collaborate with someone halfway across the world in real time. It turns idea generation from a guessing game into a data driven process where you can validate a concept in an hour instead of a month. Does that click, or you want to know about a specific tool that's actually changing the game for this
Yes,
right
sir,
now?
it's clear. And very good conversation. And good understanding of your answers, like student.
I appreciate that. You've really put this whole thing together like a pro.
Okay,
I'm guessing that's the end of
so
the slide deck for today.
yes, questions are complete. So thank you everyone for watching my AI session. While if you enjoy, so you can like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to support this channel and like this educational content because the future is about artificial intelligence. So you can learn the artificial intelligence tools like AI tools. So you can join the Rehan School, okay, program. So we'll meet again in new session, new question, new conversation with you, Miles. Allah Hafiz everyone. Allah Hafiz, Miles.
Right back at you. It was another absolute clinic today. You've got the whole ecosystem mapped out now. Catch you in the next one. Peace.
Okay, next one. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.